Alright, hi guys, and welcome back to Dr. Hill's Quick Tips. So today I am going to teach you how to clean your hearing aids. I am going to start today with Oticon hearing aids. So for the first one, we'll start with one with a regular dome. So just like that. This is the new Oticon Open S hearing aid. Most of the Oticon hearing aids that have that look like this, even if it's not the Open S, have the exact same system. So what I first recommend is that every day after you wear the hearing aid, when you're taking it off at night, you take either a Kleenex or your microfiber cloth that came in your kit and you wipe off the dome every day. And what that's going to do is it's going to help to reduce the amount of earwax buildup in this dome. There are very tiny holes, and your dome may look a little bit different, but all of the domes have some holes in them that if they get blocked up with wax, you're not going to get any sound. Now, if you do that consistently and you put it on one day and you know your battery is fresh or you know your hearing aids are charged and you're still not getting any sound, that's when we're going to change the filter. So if you go ahead and take off this dome, the way you're going to do that is just by pulling it off like that and throw it out. You're then going to take a filter. If you have this type of hearing aid, you're going to use the Pro Wax Mini Fit filters. So if you go ahead and take those out, what you're going to do is pop one of these little tabs out. And if you notice it has an empty side and then a new filter, you're going to take that empty side and plug it into the filter that's already in the hearing aid, just like that, and it will pull out. And then you're going to put the new one right into the hearing aid. Give it a little wiggle so that it pops off of this piece, and then you'll see that that new filter is right there. So then you can go ahead and throw that piece out. Then you're going to take a new dome from your package, and you're going to take that fresh dome and put it back onto the hearing aid. So there's like a little circle in the middle where this will plug into. And once you've got it on, give it a little push and a little pull just to make sure that it is securely on that hearing aid. And then you should be hearing very well out of the hearing aid. If you are still not, that's when you give us a call or shoot us an email and we will troubleshoot it further than that. Now, if you have something that looks more like this or a custom ear mold on the end, you're going to use a different tip or filter, excuse me. So same as the other ones, you're going to wipe it down every day after you're done wearing it just to make sure that all of that earwax buildup kind of comes off and reduces the amount of times that you'll have to change the filter. So this one, you will likely have to use the Pro Wax Dome. They're a different color, or filter, excuse me. So go ahead and take a tab of that out. Again, same process. There's an empty side and a new side. You're going to take that empty side and plug it into that filter and pull that old one out and then replace it with the new filter. Also with these, you have a tool in your Oticon box and it has a little like pick at the end. You can take that, and in a lot of the ear molds, and yours may have this, yours may not, there's a hole underneath the filter, and that's a vent so that air can get through and into your ear. You can take that and pick out any earwax that has gotten stuck up in there. Now, the other thing that you can do on both of these is you can clean out your microphones. So if you take that same tool and you pop it open, there's a little brush. You can go ahead and sort of brush over each microphone. There's two on the top on either side, 1, 2, and 1 on the back. You don't want to stick this in there, but just brush over the top, and that's going to take any dust and debris, any buildup from skin or oils, and brush it out of the microphones to keep them nice and clear and working well. Okay, so that's that kind. If we then move on to something that fits in your ear like this, sometimes it will depend on what type or what model it is of the Oticon hearing aids, what filter you use. If you use the incorrect one, it will not fit, so you'll know right away. This particular one is an Alta, and it has a regular Pro Wax filter in it. So I'm going to take one of my Pro Wax filters, pop it right out, plug the empty side in. Again, sometimes they're a little difficult to get out. Put the new one back in there. Similarly to an ear mold, you will likely have a hole somewhere underneath the filter, and you can use that pick to pick out any wax that may have built up in there. Your microphones are these two little I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of difficult. There's two little like gear looking things. Those are going to be your microphones. So you can go ahead and brush right over that and keep them nice and clear of debris. And lastly, we have something called a BTE, or behind the ear, with an ear mold with tubing. Again, same thing, you're going to wipe that off every day that you're using it. Make sure it's nice and clear. If you notice any buildup of earwax or anything in the tubing, what you can do is remove the tubing and we can run a cleaner through. A lot of people have just like a plastic stick that you can run through it. Some of you may have some of these little like pipe cleaner looking tools. When you take your tubing off, it's very important that you hold the ear hook in the middle. So that hook is that piece that's sitting right over the top of your ear. If you hold the hearing aid and pull, you're going to break this ear hook. So you want to make sure that you're holding the hook in your hand when you pull that tubing off. So then if you go ahead and take your pipe cleaner tool, you can string it down through the tubing, and then if you notice, it'll start to come out the other side, and you can then just pull it right through. And you can do that a couple times, and that's going to take any debris or oils and pull that through the tubing and out the other side so that that stays nice and clear. Then when you want to put the tubing back onto your ear mold, onto your hearing aid, again, you want to make sure that you're holding that ear hook in your hand so that you don't break it. And you're just going to push that tubing back up onto that hook. And then you want to give it a little pull, make sure it's definitely on there. You also want to make sure that your ear mold is pointing in the right direction. So if you hold that hearing aid like it's going to be over your ear, that ear mold needs to go into your ear. So you want to make sure you can give it a little twist that it's pointing that way. Otherwise, it's going to be a little difficult to put on. Again, similarly to the other hearing aids, you can go ahead and brush out your microphones. So there's going to be one on either side on the top and one on the back, and just brush that out. Okay, so then if you have any questions, specific questions about your hearing aid that I didn't address in this video, please feel free to give us a call and leave us a voicemail, or send me an email at hearsmartsarah@gmail.com, and I will be sure to get back to you and troubleshoot it as best we can. Stay safe and healthy, guys, and hopefully we'll get to see you guys soon.